So the way
What was that?
I was just about to speak and to relax. I play my baseball. That helps me pass the time. It's just woosahs me. Maintain the you. Make sure you're comfortable. All I ask is a little bit of time to be able to play my baseball
You
game.
get a lot of time to play your game.
Everything around the house is taken care of, is it not?
Except for our videos.
What's up, everybody? It's Mr. Bradley and Mrs. Bradley coming to you guys with yet another video. We want to sit down and talk to you guys about a few things that we wish we would have known about before we got married.
Yeah, so we have been married for almost 8 years now. So we used to do these relationship videos all the time, and somehow we ended up getting away from it. I don't know, I guess life got in the way, and we just started doing mostly vlogs on our channel. But we wanted to get back to doing some of these relationship advice videos. Now, we are not experts, okay? Our relationship is not perfect, but we do get a lot of questions about relationships, about marriage, and all that stuff. And so we just like to impose some of our insight on you guys.
Before we get too deep into the video, we want to always ask you guys to do a few things for us. Number one, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are not already subscribed to the channel. And also, if you like this video, share it for us. Do it. This first topic is near and dear to my heart. It is something that I talk to my friends who always ask me for advice. And it is real. To me, it is really, really real. As real as it gets. The 80-20 rule.
Keep trying to tell your brothers about the 80-20 rule. The what?
The 80-20 rule is real.
What's the 80-20 rule?
In most cases, in marriage, you're only going to get 80% of what you need. That's it. No more, no less.
Sometimes it's going to be 75-25. Sometimes it's going to be 65-45. Sometimes it's going to be 35-65. But
sometimes it'll be 90-10. So, no, I totally agree with that. Whoever you find is not going to be all that you want and all that you need. And at some point in time, you're going to have to decide what's the most important for you.
Here comes this woman offering 20%. Now 20% looks real good when you ain't getting it.
At some point in time, you're going to have to prioritize and decide what on your list is most important to you in a partner. So if you got 5 things on your list, then you have to look at that and say, okay, this is non-negotiable, this is non-negotiable, this is non-negotiable. These two, if he's not 6'1", I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? If he's a little overweight, I'm okay with that. We can work with that. Those are the type of things that that you have to really look at and say, okay, I can live without these if need be.
I feel like women are a little more easy with this rule at times. I feel like most women, in most cases, are pretty negotiable. They're pretty open. They just want somebody to love them and care for them. Men, we like, oh, I need her beautiful. I need her sexy. I need her to be into sex. I need her to do this in the bedroom. I need her to do that. The end goal of 80-20 basically is you're not going to get every single thing that you want out of a relationship. And it's not everything that you want out of a relationship. It's just you're not going to get everything that you want out of a relationship at every single point in the relationship. So to simplify the 80-20 rule, it's like this. You may want your woman beautiful, sexy, amazing in the bedroom, this, that, and the third, sex 3 times a day, 4 times a day, whatever. Sex 3 times a day, 4 times a day, whatever. Whatever. The end goal by the meaning of 80-20 is you're not going to always get what you want in a relationship at every point in a relationship.
So the next thing we wish we would have known before we got married is that you will not always feel in love. You won't always have that warm and fuzzy loving feeling. Marriage is work. A relationship in general is work. Whether we're talking about a friendship, a romantic relationship, whatever, it is work. So when you first get into a relationship, it's beautiful. There's butterflies and roses and rainbows and all that stuff.
And if it's not, run.
Yeah, you probably should. But at the beginning of the relationship, normally it's everything is amazing. This person is perfect. He's great. She's great.
You want to take pictures of them while you're golfing.
Oh my God. That feeling does not last the entire relationship, let me tell you. There's something called the honeymoon phase, and that could be for a normal relationship or a marriage. The honeymoon phase is that beginning of the relationship where everything just seems to be amazing. I am such a firm believer that when you first meet someone or when you first get into a relationship, you are meeting their representative. They are a shell of themselves. They are not showing you exactly who they are.
The job interview.
It's very true. And then once you really get into the relationship, once you guys have your first fight maybe, or just really get into a situation, a serious situation, that is when you see who you're dealing with, and the more and more layers of that person will peel off as you get into more and more situations. And you may not like that person all the time. You just may not. I don't like him all the time. I love him all the time, but I don't like him all the time.
You don't love me all the time?
I didn't say that.
You don't like me all the time?
I don't.
Like when you come home and I didn't take the trash out after you?
Don't like him then.
No, that is very, very factual. You will not always feel that lovey-dovey feeling. That lovey-dovey feeling, those times when y'all first went on that first date and you sat in the car and y'all talked for hours, or you called each other on the phone and you could talk for 2-3 hours. You look up at the phone, it's 2-3 hours, and then you get to a certain point in the relationship and you look at your phone like, the fuck does she want? Or what is he calling me for? And that's when the testament of, if you really love this person, I think starts to set in, like that real meaning of love them. Like, yeah, I might not want to talk to you or be around you all the time, but right now or whatever, but I love you and I am in love with you.
It's true. I'm definitely also a firm believer of, like, you have to be with somebody for 4 seasons to realize who they are. Like, I don't know. Some people have relationships, they just meet, they get married, it works. Kudos to you. For me, I feel like I really need to get to know who you are for, I feel like a year is a good point in time, because I mean, you can go through so much in a year. Plus, you get past that like 6-7 month period, and again, I feel like that's where the layers of this person's representative starts to come off, and you get to meet that real person at that time. And it doesn't mean that the person's being fake, or it's just how you act when you first meet someone. That is just a human nature.
It's no different from going to work and at a job. That first 2 weeks that you at a job, or first month or 2 that you at a job, you're not gonna act a fool. You're not gonna show your boss, or whatever. If your boss say something to take you out, you ain't gonna say nothing. You might laugh that off, but come that 4th, 5th month, you're like, oh, you out of pocket one too many times here. I gotta put you in your place. And it's the same thing in a relationship. And you get to a certain point, that's where you kind of start feeling a person out there. I feel like that year point, you start kind of recognizing and understanding, like, if this is somebody you want to be with moving forward. I feel like, I know this is going to sound really, really crazy, but you should not marry for love. Do not marry somebody because you're infatuated with them or you're in love with them. I know she's looking at me like I'm crazy or whatever, but when I say that, I'm going to explain that really, really quick without making this video too long. Is, you guys, when I say don't marry for love, I don't mean that you shouldn't be in love. I love this woman. I'm infatuated with her. I wouldn't trade her for the world, but that's not the reason I married her. This superficial feeling that I feel when I'm with her is not the reason that I chose to marry her. Our visions align, and we look at life and our goals go together, but I don't need her in order to be happy, just like she doesn't need me in order to be happy.
Again, marriage is work. Relationships are work. Once those feelings wear off, you still have to look at that person, and if you want to make it work, then you really have to put in that time and put in that effort to make sure that you're doing something every day in order to keep the relationship moving forward.
So the way in which people receive love and give love is different. I'm a touchy-feely person. I like to be all up under Cece, grabbing on all her lady parts and kissing her, and that's the way I express that I love her. And the way she expresses that she loves me is a little different at times. She likes to cook. She take care of the home. She makes sure that things are straight and tidy, and that's the way that she expresses that she loves me. At times our love languages don't always align, because at times I feel like she don't want me around, and I don't know. Our languages don't always mesh.
We have to always have an understanding of what the other person is looking for. So you have to know your partner and know how they feel the most comfortable receiving love, and also how they probably feel the most comfortable giving love. I feel like if we didn't have these conversations and he didn't know how I gave love and how I express love. Like he said, I express love through action. I express love through doing things for him and the family. So we have those conversations all the time just to make sure that we are on the same page. Like he said, we do show love in different ways, but at the same time, we also try to cater to the other person and give love the way they would like the love given. So I'm usually the doer. I'm the person who, like he says, cleaning and straightening up the house. That's the way I show love, doing little things like that. So I have to be conscious of that and flip the way I'm showing it sometimes and give the love the way he would like to receive it.
And vice versa. The biggest turn on for me is maybe coming home and seeing something cute. The biggest turn on for her is she walk in the door, the kitchen is clean, the bedroom is clean, and the laundry is put away. So that the giving and receiving and understanding different your partner's love language is huge in a marriage and a relationship moving forward.
I think we talked about this before, but the book, The 5 Love Languages, I forgot the guy's name. I'll put a picture of the book right here. But that book is like bomb. It definitely helps you identify what your love language is and really helps you to know how to cater to the other different love languages. So if your love language is not acts of service, that's one of the love languages. If that's not your love language, but that's your partner's, it helps you identify ways that you can love them by doing acts of service. The next thing we wish we would have known before we got married is that when you get married, you are actually also marrying your partner's family, especially if your partner is very close to their family.
I think most people know that going in, but to the totality, especially if you live close to a person's family, or like she said, you're close to someone, you are inheriting everything that comes with being a part of that person's family. So if your partner goes sees their mom every week, then you better be comfortable with them going to see their mom every week. If your partner's family comes to see them on a every week or 2 week basis, you better be very comfortable with that, and you need to have a conversation about it.
It's very true. Family is a big part of both of our lives. We're both pretty close to our families. So it's like during holidays, well, before we started hosting, we'd have to split holidays. So we would go to one of our family's house first for a couple hours and then go to the next one to end out the night. And we would do that every single holiday. Hallelujah, we started hosting finally last year, 2 years ago. So I'm thankful for that, but it was a lot, but it's what we had to do. Like I said, we're very close to our families, and so even now, we don't host every holiday. So some holidays, like what did we just do? Memorial Day. Memorial Day, we went to my parents' house for a few hours, then we went to his mom's house for a few hours. That's what we have to do, and we make family a priority. Family has always been a priority for us, and so we make sure we make the other person's family a priority also. Our
parents are not just over for holidays, because we talking about holidays. My father-in-law comes over here to work out. We work out even before I had a gym in the house. We worked out together.
His mom just left.
Yeah, my mom just left. She comes over. They come over. They want to see the kids. It's just a nature of the beast, and we understand that, and we have an understanding.
So one of the things you want to do before you get married is to make sure to have a conversation with your partner about family and what they expect, maybe as far as holidays go, because that could be a point of contention. Maybe you're like, I want to spend the entire Christmas day with my mother, so maybe those are conversations that are good to have. They sound like small stuff, but those can turn into really big arguments if you're not knowing the expectations up front.
Growing up, I look up to a lot of men in my life, most of them being married, and I always be like, damn, and I hear stories and I'd be like, oh, I've been married 40 years, I've been married 30 years, I've been married 25 years, and I just always be like, damn, that's real love, and I aspire to one day get to that love. But what I've learned while being married is every relationship is different, and that's the next point. You can't look at somebody else's marriage or relationship and be like, hey, I want to model my relationship or my marriage off of them.
It's true. My parents have been married for actually next month 35 years, and so
they got married. They got married literally. You want to talk about 360 degrees of separation here, or 100, however you want to say it. But they literally are married on my birthday. I was turning 1 year old, two years old the day they got married.
Yep. So July 27th, my parents will have been married for 35 years. And so obviously I grew up in a household with two parents. I saw this marriage my entire life. Actually, a lot of my family members are actually married. I have a lot of married couples to look up to in my family. But something I had to learn once we got married was that my parents' relationship, my aunt and uncle's relationship, my cousin's relationship, all of those different, while amazing relationships, all of those different relationships are not our relationship. We have to do things our own way. We have to have those conversations, and it's good to, it's nice to be like, well, you know, I've seen people do it this way, or I've seen people do this way, but we have to agree and get on our own page in accordance with our own goals and our own vision for our life.
I've had conversations with married men, older married men who I am cool with, and I tell them about kind of some of the discussions and stuff that me and Cece have, and they'd be like, oh, well, ain't no way my wife telling me where to live or where to go. And I'm like, that's cool. If that works for you and that's contingent for y'all and y'all relationship work that way, then to each his own. It's not nobody's a dictator here. Nobody pays all the bills here. Nobody's in control of all the money here. Nobody is per se anything. We are a unit and we move as a unit. And I would say everybody moves as a unit, just everybody moves differently. So I wouldn't say you should look at your friend, like I said, your friend or your cousin or your auntie or your uncle,
and
your
don't
mom
look
or your
at
dad or us.
Again, we've learned that our vision is not the same vision as other couples, and we move the way we move, and that's it. And we don't let anyone or anyone's influences or anyone's relationship come in and dictate how we're gonna move. We have created our own lives, we've created our own paths, and we know where we want to end up. And so doing things our own way in our mind is the only way we're gonna get there.
Not saying that we don't take little things from other marriages and say like, oh, you know, that works. Even when we see how our mother and father, my mother and father-in-law, how they save money and things like that, we're like, oh, I like that. Or how we see maybe how another couple travels. I'm like, oh, you know what, they travel, they do this and they do it. Like, oh, you know what we should do is incorporating different things into your marriage is cool, but you should never I'm going to base my relationship and move my relationship the way they move their relationship.
So those are the 5 things that we wish we knew before we got married. If you guys have any other tips or things that you wish you knew before you got married or got in a relationship, please let us know down below. I'd love to know the things you guys have to say.
So I think I want to wrap this up just by saying everything should come back to a conversation, a discussion. You guys should have an understanding, a well-being of who that person is before you even decide to get married or go into a relationship with that person. But anyway, I'm not going to go on a long tangent. Again, if you guys like this video, do us a favor and go ahead and hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
And if there are any other topics that you want us to cover, make sure you let us know down below as well. I really love doing these relationship videos. Again, I don't know how we got away from them, but I'd love to bring them back to the channel. So let us know what you guys want to see.
Also, don't forget to follow us over on Instagram. Bradley Party of 6 is our new page name. We respond to comments, DMs all the time. We also do frequent lives on our YouTube page where we answer questions that we get in our DM. So shoot us a question over there. We will answer it at some point, either through video or live, all right? Until the next video, it's Mr. and Mrs. Bradley checking out. Peace.